So Solo Leveling chat is finished for the season two, and I heard I was on I was online, and someone I don't know if you've seen those videos where the guy asked like, "What's your hot take on anime?" and someone said Solo Leveling wasn't even that good, and I was like, "Explain, explain." And he said it was overhyped because all these battles the main character like goes through, it's overhyped. Those battles they don't go on very long. They're like very quick. It's like, oh, he pretty much said, oh, the bad guy shows up, the main character, like the bad guy shows up, and he's like, oh, he's gonna be tough. I wonder how the main character is gonna beat him. Well, there's the thing, the main character will beat him. That's just what happens. That's just what's gonna happen, and and he does it quickly. If that's the case, like even Goku had a hard time fighting his opponents. Like even Goku had a hard time. Vegeta, right? They pretty much with the main character of Solo Leveling, they pretty much just said created a overpowered, like they pretty much created a Saitama, but without being called One Punch Man. Pretty much. That's where I feel like the one guy was coming from, where he's saying is Solo Leveling isn't even that good. Now Solo Leveling is decent in my eyes. I do. I like it. I enjoy it. However, it doesn't change the fact that uh the bad guys don't seem that tough. They don't when compared to this guy. He's probably, I think it's just too overpowered. You don't really see him get badly hurt. Maybe a scratch here and there, but you don't see him get badly hurt. I saw something like this in another anime. It was more fantasy, though. It was a little bit more fantasy, and he it was the main character who had those thighs. Chat, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The main character had the thighs. He was some type of aristocrat, I think. Yeah, or a praiser. I don't know. A lot of the anime just kind of blur together, and he didn't really get hurt too much, but at the same time, he wanted to get hurt so he can learn how to overcome it. But this guy, he just overcomes. He just overcomes every obstacle with ease. And I think that's what kind of throws a lot of people off with this anime. I think that's easily why that is, chat. Do you really want to have an anime like where the main character just wins all the time? I mean, if you're talking about Power Rangers level win all the time, fine. They're the embodiment. They're a spitting image of like hope for a lot of the young generation. But the older generation, like, can we have the main guy lose from time to time and come back to like better? That's what Luffy does. He doesn't win every fight. He has to struggle. He's getting close to death, but he manages to survive. This guy, I don't think this guy really gotten that close to death, or maybe he has on such a large level where one wrong move he could have died. But we don't, like, we the watcher, the viewer, don't feel that he's close to death, and I think that's what's important. I think that's what's important. That's easily what's important. I haven't seen his clothing get ripped from a battle that's so tough, right? I haven't seen that. I think what really comes down to, a lot of these anime are written like a long time ago, before the that kind of ideal has been like set in. So when they finally do reach the big screen, you don't really see, like when they finally do reach the big screen, they haven't fine tuned their character development to the point where they're in any danger. I don't know. It's hard to explain, chat. But yeah, like hearing someone like say they didn't really like Solo Leveling kind of made me think of Solo Leveling in a different light. What's up, Flint? How's it going? We're talking about how Solo Leveling might not be all it's cracked up to be, or at least that's what somebody says. And I think I'm starting to agree with him. I still like it. I still really like it. But the enemies that he's fought, yeah, the enemies that he's fought, they're tough. But I've never felt like the main character was any danger. It was an intense battle, but I never felt like the main character was any danger. He struggles to figure it out, but he doesn't struggle enough. Like even Goku struggled, even Vegeta struggled. This guy, he struggles, but not on a level of like, hey, my clothing is like charred, my skin is charged, I'm close to to death. I have to, after this battle, I there it is, there it is. If the main character can't doesn't have doesn't have to like spend some time recovering, the battle isn't tough enough. Like Luffy, after like a tense battle, he has to, recover from it. He's not going to fight again right after that. He's not going to fight again right after that, after an intense battle. Same for Goku. He's not going to fight again. He's out like a light. He is out like a light, chat. But this guy, main character of Solo Leveling, he's going to fight. Flint Media from Rumble says just shy of a Mary Sue. You are correct. You are 100% correct. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's some true words if I've ever heard them. That's some true words right there. Because that's true. That's very true. Very shy of a Mary Sue. And I'm not saying that the anime is bad. I like it, but I'm just saying that he's not going to get into such an intense battle where half his clothes are ripped off and he's hurt. He has to get bandaged up. Maybe because it's the magic. Maybe it's because of the magic that can restore a lot of that stuff. That's probably why and everything. Maybe. But it's just, speaking of magic, chat, I don't understand fantasy stuff, right? Like, think about it for a second. I know this had nothing to do with actually this, but like in any fantasy anime, you see someone who's like you're not going to see anyone who's blind. You're not going to see anyone who's really crippled. It's like they have all this crazy magic power, but just conveniently, they don't have the power to do certain things. Oh man, I have the power to blow up an entire world. It's so wild. They have all this magic to blow up a world, but not enough magic to cure someone's paralysis, or not enough magic to like do certain things. It makes no sense to me. Someone said, I read somewhere where someone said maybe in that magical universe, magic that heals paralysis or anything like that is like outlawed, but and just used for the rich. Now that would make sense. That would make sense. I just wanted to share what something I learned about Solo Leveling. It just I don't think season 3, if when it comes along, will be any different. I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is, like I've always do for anything. But I don't really see the main character being in any real danger. I don't. I don't.